We're here today at the Polo Homes, one of the most exclusive communities in Dubai, with one of the partners at Allsopp Allsopp, Rob Kempton, where we look at a 24,000 square foot plot. I've just been through this property now, and there are some incredible features which I personally loved. Overlooking the Polo development,
there's actually the stables here. So if you want to have your own horse, get it looked after, fed, trained, things like that.
If you're interested in ultra high net worth properties, this property is one you need to check out. Today, I've been invited into one of the finest properties Allsopp and Allsopp have for sale in the Polo Homes opposite the Arabian Ranches.
Correct.
Thank you for inviting me down.
No problem. Thank you for the owners letting us to come in.
I know, yeah. Big shout out to the owners. So this property we have for sale currently on the market. And the reason we're doing the podcast is obviously extra marketing for anyone that's interested in looking at the property. Our videos hit YouTube, they are on Property Finder, they go on the portals, they go on our own website. But it's also talk a little bit about the property market. Yeah. Before we talk about the property market, I've just been through this property now. And there are some incredible features which I personally loved.
Yeah.
And if I was talking about the one that I loved the most out of everything, this house is built up how many square feet?
Just over 15,800 square feet.
And you feel it, but you don't feel it.
Yeah.
My house is similar size to this.
It's homely, isn't it? They've done it. And it's only on 2 floors.
Yeah. So my house is on 3+ basement, and everything is quite spaced out, and it can sometimes feel not homely. You walk into here, and it feels a home.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. Like when we bring properties to the market, sometimes you bring in a property to market that people have sort of like made shiny to sell. Yeah. This is someone who's gone through a period of their life, and it's come to the fact that it's too big for them, so they're now genuinely looking at to sell to the next family.
So the Polo Homes, I'm under the impression, and just so I'm aware, it's nothing to do with the Arabian Ranches, Polo Homes. It's a separate development.
Yeah, it's opposite the Arabian Ranches, but completely separate entity in itself. Yeah, so you've basically got 73 villas in total, and if you imagine a horseshoe going around the polo field, so half of the property is looking onto the polo field, half looking external, and then you've got the actual polo club itself inside the development.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to snapshot, and the marketing team will make sure this happens on this video, but there'll be a video of me and Rob walking through the pool. And as you walk through that pool, there's horses literally walking. I guess they call them polo horses?
Yeah, well, no.
Are they polo horses?
So not necessarily. So they'll obviously have the horses they use to play the polo that'll come around here, but there's actually the stables here. So if you want to have your own horse, get it looked after, fed, trained, things like that.
We've had our own horses.
Well, this is one you can put here. Well, we've had stakes in horse.
And that one at Maydam. It's important to know that.
Yeah, true.
Rest in peace, them horses.
Yeah.
Are they all there?
And the money for those horses.
Oh, yeah, and definitely that as well. Okay, so looking at this this community, the Polo Homes, and the luxury development that is, and the luxury feel, one of the things that I want to highlight for me walking through, and again, this is the first time I've been in one about 5 or 6 years, the bedrooms and the room sizes, because it's on 2 levels, they have incredible bedrooms. I mean, the size is just crazy.
I mean, the one thing with this particular villa is they would have probably, when they bought this villa was probably 9,000 square feet.
Yeah.
The community, by the way, is also an EMAR community. Okay. So the same as Arabian Ranches, Dubai Hills, things like that. So they've made a completely unique house here. You won't walk in another that's the same type as this. But no, you're dead right. Multiple living areas, 6 genuine double bedrooms. You know, every single one you walk in could be a master bedroom in a house, no question about it.
Okay, so the house itself at the moment, what's the price of this? How much is it for sale?
We've got it on, it's listed exclusively with us, and it's on for 38.5 million.
Okay.
Which dirhams per square foot sits this at like just over 2,400 dirhams per square foot, which for people who really know this market and this isn't just a standard developer finish. Yeah. You know, it's been done with the quality. The owners have granted they've lived in it for a few years. But for that size, it gives like just under 16,000 square foot house.
What's 1,000?
16,000 square foot house on a plot size of around 24,000 looking onto the polo field. I just think in today's market is just crazy value for money.
Again, looking from the outside, as I'm not a buyer, and I'm critical of every house we take on. I always like taking interest in it, and I look at the good and the bad of the houses. The best thing in the house for me in this whole development is the plot size.
Yeah.
The plot size here, in which we're seeing them, is 24,000 plot size. But if you look at that, that is a standard European large garden in the UK, large French house where you've got space to live outside. And if you look at Ema generally, if you look at anywhere, the only place you really get that, and even not to this level, is like a Nikhil house, but even they're nowhere near the size of what you get in here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really hard. Like, driveways aren't necessarily in every single house you get in Dubai, which is crazy. Like, here you've got 2 double driveways, you've got 4 spaces to park your cars, like underneath, like the garages. Look, I just think with the Polo Homes, it gives people just that extra size that I think you're going to struggle to get anywhere now. Like, all the new developments, the biggest plot at the moment has the biggest house. And what in a brand new development now, let's say somewhere like Targaf, somewhere like that, if you were to look for this size of plot, it would be hard to find with this built-up area. You could be not far off 100 million dirhams to purchase a house like
if you drop this villa in the Palm Jumeirah, 100 million minimum. And if you drop this in Jumeirah Golf Estate, you're probably talking 60 or 70 million.
Do you know what? I think Palm Jumeirah even more than that.
Yeah.
You know, with the plot size and the built-up area size.
And I think the big thing about, for me, if you talk about the Arabian Ranches, just talk about that very quick. Let's move on from the house. The house is incredible. You're going to see videos of the house, and it's on Property Finder. It's on the Allsopp Allsopp website. But if you talk about the Arabian Ranches, one of the best things for me, when I looked here, I was actually looking at the movie before I bought the house I'm in now. And I remember walking through thinking, wow, this is established. The people here, they've got their kids go to the school, which has got Jess has got like a mad waiting list. I heard my wife said this today. She said, George said to me, when your kid is born, you have to get your certificate and send it straight to the school.
And you're not even guaranteed a place. Because Arabian Ranches, which is across the road, you got 5,000 homes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just, obviously a school can only house so many people.
Is that only one school in Arabian Ranches?
Yeah, mate, Jess School, Jumeirah English speaking school.
Wow. And then obviously amenities and everything in the ranches. One of the clubhouse is quite a big pull, isn't it, for a lot of people?
The Arabian Ranches has got its golf club itself.
Yeah.
And then you've got all the other little parks, things like that. And then the Polo Home development, which is separate, which is this side of Al Qudra.
Yeah.
But just opposite has got like the Polo Club and things like that.
Oh, so you have the Polo Club here as well. Yeah. And is it a restaurant? Is it F&B?
Yeah, restaurant. So you'll have little brunches you can do with the family. Yeah. It's perfect. So anyone here, you would go there maybe to have a beer, glass of wine, something like that.
Yeah, I think the audience to hear, I mean, I got invited, I said off camera, to one of our good clients, invited me to his own polo event, and he brought celebrities there and everything else. And I was laughing to myself, thinking, wow, the Polo Homes and Polo lifestyle is for the ultra high net worth. That's exactly what that lifestyle is.
Yeah. I think horses in general is synonymous with money a little bit.
Or losing.
Or losing money.
That's a story for another podcast that we will do. Okay, so for anybody that is looking to invest into, let's say, a home like this, how would they get in contact with yourself?
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously all details are on our websites, everything like that. But one other point that I wanted to make as well, like I was looking at this just before I came around, like Dubai Hills, a development that is absolutely flying at the moment.
Yeah.
Same developer as this.
Yeah.
Probably under a 10-minute drive down one road. And I had a look what the last sort of Ema finish villa went for, which I believe was like a Fairways Vista. And it was 4,500 dirhams per square foot. I mean, again, this for me, like we were speaking about the house you're in JGE, which is like really modern. I think there's a lot of people who are after that modern vibe at the moment, which wasn't always there in the market. This for me is that little bit more quintessentially sort of British house. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So
my wife would swap this house for a house, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I just think it just feels so much like a home. That's what you sort of get. We have, for instance, there's a guy who's been doing his own developments who's actually just bought one in here because he sees the value in it. Just finished it. It's another listing we've got on. Incredible house.
Yeah. So to wrap this up, we've got 38.5 million dirham house.
That's the asking price.
24,000 square feet.
Correct.
Upgraded.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just a complete customized finish.
Okay.
But done for themselves to live in. I think that's the important thing. Not done to make it shiny to sell. It's a lived-in house, but you can tell they've used quality.
And living in an elite, I suppose, network of people.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest selling point, which hopefully they'll get on video coming on here, is that walk-down basement, which you can customize into a cinema, a gym, or whatever it needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, that's something where someone can do their own thing. Yeah. But it's just nice to have all your pool stuff tucked away.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just under the bar outside. It's just a cool little thing to have.
Okay, so if you're interested in looking at this property, getting more information as an agent, if you're a seller, a buyer, I want to know more about the Polo Homes in Dubai and what the ultra luxury net worth is all about in this community, reach out to Robert Kempton, or Rob, we call him.
Probably
No,
Rob.
I've called you Robert in ages.
No, probably Rob. Do you know what a client said to me the other day?
Go on.
He was like, do you go by Rob or Bob? And I'm like, well, do you know what? Now that I'm over 40 years old, I feel like I should start going by, like my dad does.
Do you remember I changed your name on the website to Bob?
No, but I feel like over 40, it's like I should be Bob now.
Okay, well, let me finish it like this then. Reach out to Bob if you're looking at buying or investing in Dubai luxury properties. Cheers, guys.